All right. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a home day edition morning scone presented by Brock, Baton Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. What a night. Starts off great. LSU, they beat Kentucky. Certainly, Severe Wheeler being out and Shebway going to the bench early in the first half with 2 fouls. Gave the Tigers a huge leg up in that game. Will Wade, I thought he was going to blow a gasket when LSU gave up that prayer of a 3 off a long rebound at the end of the first half. But Kentucky came out to start the second half, hit 3 straight threes to turn a 5-point deficit into a 4-point lead. They'd grow the lead to double digits, but LSU rallied. They went on a 20, I don't have it in front of me, 20-2 run, 21-2, something like that. Just incredible, and incredible perseverance there, and good on the Tigers, man. They get a win. Predicted they would, thought they would. Emotional night. LSU 65-60. Let me also remind you, if I might, that Kentucky came into this game averaging 83 points a game, 82, 83 points a game, and LSU held them 23 points below their average, held them to 60 points, 60. So yeah, I would say LSU's defense is legit for those that were still doubting. Nature college basketball is going to be tough to go on the road and win at Auburn. It's going to be tough to go on the road and win anywhere. But beat Kentucky, and they play Tennessee at home on Saturday, and I think they'll beat Tennessee at home on Saturday. So go pack the PMAC, should be a lot of fun. Cannot say the same for LSU football. That was a disaster. This will be a much more family-friendly show than I'd call it nightcap. We just had a post-game show last night just for a little while, maybe 30, 45 minutes, something like that. But LSU gets blasted by Kansas State. It was just not fun at all. LSU was down 21-0 in the ball game. They did score before half, make it 21-7. They didn't score again until the fourth quarter. It was 42-14, and then on the last play of the game, how about Chris Hilton going 81 yards over the top? But what did you expect? I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, what did you expect? LSU was playing with 38 scholarship players in that ballgame last night. It's why you're allowed 85. You had one starter from UCLA, Jay Ward, playing in that game last night. You were running freshmen and walk-ons out on the field against a Power 5 team that had 0 opt-outs. So I don't know. I don't know what anyone realistically expected in that game. It's exactly what I expected it to be. And I don't know that there was any good from playing that. And a lot of you are going to point out that, and Brad Davis after the game said, yeah, of course, he was asked, should they have played the game? He said, of course, there was 10 seniors that wanted to play, and, we're not backing down. What do you expect him to say? I mean, what's he going to say? Of course that's what he's going to say. You're going to go use the cop-out excuse after you get your head kicked in? But no, LSU should not have played that game for the exact reason which you saw. There was no benefit at all to playing that game. Kudos to all the guys that did. Kudos to John Trey Kirkland for getting out there and spinning it a little bit. You have the seniors, Deculus, Ingram, Shanahan, those guys that, Todd Harris, the guys that have been around for a while. I guess Todd's not officially senior, but the guys that have been around for a while and decided to stick it out and play one more time, good on you, bro. Good on you. But yeah, there was no benefit at all of playing that game. We saw it. So Brian Kelly gave a halftime interview. So a lot to talk about. Let's say some good morning, see what y'all got. We got some time. Dylan Beeson, good morning. Shane Henry, good morning. Brian Broom, Eric Hart, good morning. Glad LSU football has been put to pasture so we can focus on basketball and baseball. You know what, Eric? But football ain't going away, man, because you've still got Brian Kelly finishing. His coaching staff has got one more hire to make, and it's really pushing forward. You heard him on that interview last night. where he talked so frankly about having to use the transfer portal this year, which is what we talked about. I mean, it won't be a long-term strategy, but in the short term to make this team competitive, yeah. Look, Will Wade did the same thing his first year here. I mean, he inherited literally the worst team in the history of LSU in 50 years in LSU basketball. They won 2 conference games. And if you remember, he inherited that team and he turned over half the roster. You know, he went and used the transfer portal, went and got JUCO guys, grad transfers, and turned over half the roster and got them into the NIT. I know this team's going to have a little loftier expectation than that, but Brian Kelly's going to do similar. Jonathan Martin, Lane Ward, Robbie White. Morning, Matt. You think even the strongest Edo supporters now realize the shambles he left behind? They should, Robbie. I mean, there's still people defending him last night. I mean, look at what you saw, man. He left the program with 38 scholarship players. Just the gross. Here's the thing. And we don't need to go down this road completely, but if you're making the argument that, and this is the argument that some have made, I know this is the argument T-Bob's made when he and I have debated this. Ed Ogeron built a championship program, and then he got drunk on his success, and then, the success led to the fall. My point is that success, there are people who may rest on their laurels, and you don't achieve at that level again, but when you have the just overwhelmingly gross mismanagement of the roster and then all of the other things associated with it, you just don't know what you're doing. And that's evidenced by what you're seeing. These guys had no idea what he was doing. Samuel Merrifield, Matt, is Kirkland receiver on the team next year? Was he a scholarship player? Yes, came as a scholarship player at Lutcher, started his career at corner, moved over to receiver. I don't know. I guess Kirkland could be back next year. Could take advantage of the COVID year. Ross Giat, Chris Keller, Chuck Sanchez. What's up, Chuck? Get it? Up, Chuck? Todd Harris, good morning. Chase Pellegrin. I wonder if that's Todd. I keep saying that every day. I wonder if that Todd Harris is related to Todd Harris. No. Retired U.S. Air Force. There you go, Todd Harris. Thank you for your service, Todd Harris. Stephen Fry, Matthew Arsenault, awkward mid-game interview by Brian Kelly. I disagree, Matthew. I thought he did great. I thought the awkward parts of it were Tom and Hasselbeck asking about the family thing and dancing with Walker Howard. Like, why? Why? Yeah, whatever. I think he very clearly articulated his approach, his strategy. What he's excited about, recruiting Louisiana, the talent base there. He told you used to have to get on a plane. These are all things I've told you, but now you've heard Brian Kelly say it. Why would he leave Notre Dame? Because when you're in South Bend, there's no talent near you. You have to get on a plane and fly to go recruit kids. He had 23 kids committed in his Notre Dame class from 18 states. He told you, I can go recruit Louisiana. So he was excited about that. You talk about having to use the transfer portal this year to build the roster, but long term, that's not the strategy he wants to use, but he has to use it right now. Why? Because roster's in shambles. You talked about Miles Brennan. Miles Brennan coming back and having a chance to win the job, and talked about expectations. He's here to win championships, and I thought he did fine. Chris Anthony, in fact, the Kansas State and their fans think they did something by beating a very pedestrian LSU team. So I did tweet this, and for those who aren't on Twitter, and I had a few expletives in my tweet, but I said, look, fact is that LSU should not have played the game. Also, fact is that LSU getting their head kicked in by a bad, I use a different word, Big 12 team should have you motivated to be really good next year. Because that was embarrassing. And hopefully everyone associated with LSU football, you go into your offseason with that as the final taste in your mouth in the season. Hopefully you go into the offseason motivated to change things next year. Because that was tough to watch. It was embarrassing. Embarrassing for the coaches, embarrassing for the players, embarrassing for the fans that went, embarrassing for the fans that watched on TV. I would imagine for recruits, for anyone who has to talk about or reference that game, that's embarrassing. When Alabama's about to play for national championship again and you're getting your head kicked in the Texas Bowl with 38 scholarship players, What's going on there? YouTube lost a little connection there. No, we're back. We're back. All right, let's say good morning to the YouTube folks. My apologies, y'all. I started on Facebook. Let me get over to YouTube. Trivia Carter, what's up with baseball? Nicholas Cantrell, PTG Toasty, good morning. Hunter Fournette, poverty program, yeah. K-State. Whew. Spurge, what's good? On the bright side, we did beat the Wildcats. Hey, man, great win for LSU basketball. Next. You know what I mean? Wasn't the prettiest game. We managed to win. Yup. Kyle Milliken, good morning. I want to go back to sleep. Jesse Brown, how significant is the Kentucky win? Do you think the game is different if Wheeler doesn't get hurt? I don't know if the result's different, Jesse, but the game itself is different. I mean, Wheeler's their point guard. He's their facilitator. But make no apologies for that. I mean, LSU had to play last week without Brandon Murray and with a limited Tari Eason. So you make no apologies for that. You run out there and injuries happen and stuff happens and you play, and it's why you play a large sample size. So on to the next. Shane O'Mac, good morning. Brian Kelly, era is underway. To quote Heath Ledger Joker from Dark Knight. And here we go. That's actually in the AFR intro. Sorry, I thought I drew his backpack. Stephen, good morning. Listening on the drive from Auburn to Baton Rouge. From Auburn to Baton Rouge for work today. That's a long drive. Will be good to be back in the motherland for a couple of hours. Trent Morales, Chris Nelson, good morning. Hope Nightcap helped calm the nerves. Looking forward to the future of LSU football. Great show. Great late show yesterday, Matt. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you for watching. Hunter, I'd love to hear the NCAA's reasoning behind not giving us a waiver. I mean, Hunter, it's because there's a rule and there's no real precedent or leg for LSU to stand on. They were just hat in hand asking for a favor, and the NCAA said no. Chewalt 1, good morning. Joey Vincent, good morning. John Trey had a stat line that could rival Jordan Jefferson games. But Trenton, the difference is like only because you had an 81-yard touchdown at the end of the game. I mean, 3 touchdowns, the 2 picks, the 200 whatever yards. I mean, it was not pretty, but yes. Let's see. Pete's still having issues getting the play in on time with the playbook. That has to be 10 total plays. Yeah. I mean, the fact that you had a month to prepare for that game, knowing that you were going to have John Trey playing quarterback, and you couldn't come up with any kind of wrinkle that was going to be beneficial to this offense, it's just kind of stunning. Not really, but kind of. Jordan Thomas, hope that loss didn't do more damage to the guys that remain on the roster. No, I mean, listen. Hopefully that you just use it as fuel going into the offseason. I think we tend to overhype bowl wins and for what they mean going into the next season, like the trampoline effect. I mean, look, LSU beat Texas Tech in 2015 in the Texas Bowl. 4 games into 2016, Les Miles was fired, right? So I don't know necessarily. 2002, LSU got blasted by Texas in the Cotton Bowl. 2003, they won the national championship. So I don't know that I necessarily buy much of that. Adam Fontenot, one thing's clear after last night. John Trey has a better arm than Max. He can spin it, can't he? Boy, he got a quick release. Antonio Buchert. I think Nuss hits the transfer portal before spring ball. Kelly might snag another quarterback in the portal, like that quarterback from ECU, just to stabilize the depth chart. But you got to keep in mind, Antonio, if you're a veteran quarterback, you're not coming to LSU to stabilize their depth chart. If you're a veteran quarterback in the portal, you're going somewhere to play. So you're not going somewhere to be a backup. It may benefit you to have that guy come be depth, but you don't get veteran experienced quarterbacks to come just to be depth. You know what I mean? Wacky Chris, good morning, Matt. Looking forward to what the offseason brings the football team. In the meantime, it's basketball and baseball season. Boot up. Johnson Jefferson, thank you, Scone, for being a real LSU critic. Okay. It was embarrassing. Yeah. Wacky Chris, what's up? Darren Haynes, what's up? Good morning from Vermont. Okay. Do us a favor, by the way, smash the like button if you're there watching. 97 on YouTube, 27 likes. Maybe we can get that up a little bit. Facebook, 155 watching. Appreciate y'all. Michael Butte, good morning. Jason Austin. What'd you think of the Brian Kelly interview? Thought he did great. Thought he laid out his plan, and I'm excited about it. Jeremy Kling, Nick Bradley Hull. How did Bregman's tailgate go? Dude, I still don't know if you ran out of beer. I need to get an answer on that one. But I did see Kirk Taylor sent me some videos from it. It was pretty packed out, man. That was about an hour before kickoff. It was hopping, man. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that they had a few folks in there. Jody Leonard, what's up? Kelly Gross, Chris Keller. Let's see. Stefan Dufour, was it just me, or what was up with K-State's arrogance? Not saying don't be excited when you make a play, but no, LSU was depleted. Yeah, but listen, I would say this, Stefan or Steven, that's what happens when you're Kansas State, when you haven't really experienced success. You know, people say act like you've been there before. When you haven't, when you don't really know how to experience success, even when you have fleeting moments of success like that. I mean, there was even some former Kansas State players on Twitter that were like, don't give me the LSU's depleted excuse, even their backups are 4 and 5 star guys. I'm like, nah, man, they were playing 3 cornerbacks last night that were all walk-ons. I mean, there's a reason you had 85 scholarships. You know, depth matters and experience matters, so you're not playing a team of freshmen and walk-ons. I mean, come on. Like, if that team last night had been LSU's team all season, they don't sniff 500. You know what I mean? Shannon Maggio, LSU basketball game was awesome. Unveiling a Dale Brown court was amazing. Yeah, that was so cool to see. So excited for Coach Brown and everybody who went to the game last night and got to see that, and will get to see that, heretofore. Talk to him, $. Wouldn't be surprised if Caleb Williams goes to North Carolina. I would. I mean, I think he's going to end up either back at Oklahoma or out at USC with Riley. Kyle Millick and Matt, if anything, this shows Texas Bowl is something Brian Kelly can sell to recruits. Say, look, you can come be a starter right away. For some, but remember also, Kyle, there's a lot of players that are still on the roster that just weren't available yesterday. Dwight McGlothern's back. Keishon Butte will be back. Anthony Bradford, Joseph Evans, Garrett Dellinger, John Emery, Armani Goodwin. You know what I mean? Like, you got a lot of players, Major Burns. You've got a lot of players that are still on the roster that just weren't available last night. So it's not like Brian Kelly starting with that. You know, he's got more players that are going to be back next year that weren't available. The guys that were out there playing and running around against Bama and that beat Florida. Excuse me. Let's see, Bailey. If the Saints beat the Rams in the playoffs, they have my permission to lose 100-0 the next week. They play at Green Bay. We've already beat Green Bay this year. Trivia, when is the first televised baseball game? So they're all televised, man, now. And I got bad news. There will be no companion shows. I got that confirmed. The LSU Sports Properties in their new deal with Guarantee mandated we not do companion shows. And so my assumption was that was going to be from the station accounts, which I don't agree with it, but I guess I can understand it. But apparently they want that to extend to all on-air talent. So, like, basically, LSU doesn't want me doing a companion show from my own personal account. And listen, I would like to tell them where to go, but if my bosses are asking me not to, then I'm not going to. So no companion shows this year. Brian Kelly addressing the accent gate during the interview mid-game made me laugh. You know what was funny about that, Chris? He says, come on, I'm from Boston. We don't have heavy accents. The number of people that didn't get that he was joking was stunning to me. I mean, Boston has some of the thickest, most recognizable, most often imitated accent in the world. The fact that some people didn't get that was crazy to me. Brandon, Matt, you were on fire last night. Thanks. As a friend, he said thanks. As a friend from Chalmette would say, it's time for the football program to turn over a new leaf on life. A new leaf on life. Okay. Let's see. Dylan Wilsey saw T-Mac get an NIL deal at a pizza place in Slidell. Great to see businesses get involved with NIL. Went to high school with him. Awesome dude. Yeah, man. Looking forward. He's gonna catch, man. He's gonna catch. And he's gonna hit bombs for LSU this year. Rapping Batches. Good morning. Let's see, Darren, Matt. Just want to say thank you for all of your content. Grew up in New Orleans. Went to Brother Martin and LSU. Have lived in Vermont for 20 years. Thanks for giving me a taste of home. My pleasure, man. Thanks so much, Darren. Very kind. Appreciate you saying that. And shout out to the Crusaders as well, man. Not sure if you know, my dad is a Brother Martin grad. He was in the second class there. 2 years at Aloysius, 2 years at Brother Martin. Trivia card or post shows for baseball? Probably. I'll probably do some of that, yes. Maybe weekend wrap up, something like that, but I can't do companion shows. What about your brother Jat Mascona doing a companion show? No more companion shows mean whiskey and wine, no more. No, Matthew, keep in mind, a companion show is like on during the game. We did that for baseball in the postseason last year. So, near the end of the baseball season, we just did live companion shows. And apparently LSU Sports Properties was specifically pointed that out in their contract negotiation that they didn't want that happening. It's like, okay. Jay Benoit, good morning. Nightcap was great. Spit it, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Kyle Milliken, Masked Up Saints podcast. Hey, man, nice hat. I'm in California. Who you think wins, the Saints or the Fail Cans? I'm going to take the Saints. More to play for. They're a slight favorite, and I'm hoping they're going to get some guys back this week, although we've been saying that, it feels like, for 2 months now. But with everything to play for, I'm going to bet the Saints return the favor and win in Atlanta. By the way, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Brock is hiring in this new year. So new year means a new career or a new job. brortho.com. brortho.com is the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. And of course,
when you need a roof, call someone you know. By Scone, Ontario.
All you need is Hudco.
Call Hudco Roofing. 364-1007.
Hudco Roofing, not sure if y'all heard, but we have now officially partnered with Bayou State Soft Wash at Hudco. So we can now clean, not only can we replace your roof, repair your roof, we can also clean your roof and your entire house. Bayou State Soft Wash, great company, veteran-owned business, and meticulous work. We had them out this summer, and before Drew's party, and they soft washed the whole house. And there were parts of the house, like the deep colors that I didn't realize were that, because they were the cover just caked with years of grime and gunk and grit. So we can, at Hudco, we can now soft wash your entire home as well. So 364-1007 or hudcoroofing.com, hudcoroofing.com, hudcoroofing.com. And please, 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 if you, neighbor, family member, friend, had damage to Ida, not sure if you had damage, still have a blue tarp, you called another roofing company and they're taking forever to get to you, call us, 364-1007. Terrio may even answer the phone. I've told you all this before. When you call that number, it rings the office and also rings to Richard Tilley and Ryan Terrio's cell phone, so that way when you call, you're more likely to get a person on the phone. 364-1007. Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com. Tim Gotro, sorry I'm late, what did I miss? Clint, what's up, man? Big game tomorrow night for the Lady Tigers against South Carolina. Yeah, Kim Mulkey on AFR today, looking forward to that. Number one, South Carolina coming into town. They're trying to get 10,000 people at the Maravich Center for the game, trying to pack out the PMAC. I think they're going to be able to do it too. Chewalt, thanks for clarity on companion shows so you can do pre and push. Correct. Yes. Jordan Thomas, what's your personal prediction on what the quarterback room looks like after spring? I think it'll be the three. I think it'll be Miles Brennan, Garrett Nussmeier, and Walker Howard. Johnson, Jefferson, oh God, that jingle. You'll remember it though. Patrick Ramos, Kelly said Howard, Nuss, and Brennan were all going to compete in the spring for the starting spot. How do you think that sits with Brennan? Fine. I mean, he's not going to be gifted anything. So new coach, new staff, new offense. He's going to have to go earn it. But he's also got a leg up, no doubt. And I've told y'all before that Walker Howard is okay redshirting. Joseph Armato, what's good, man? Hey, Dad, good morning. There's Kirk Taylor. What's up, man? Kirk, so what was the LSU fans came hungry in Houston. They ate all the barbecue. Give me a count. I need a count, Kirk, how many people were at the tailgate? Bill Schmid, Jody Leonard, what's up? Henry Gordon Bennett, tip your cap to the players that played their heart out, shorthanded, celebrate the big basketball win. Yes, indeed. Blake Betts, good morning. Kate Galt, good morning. Shout out to Deculus for playing most games Tiger ever. No doubt. How about that, man? I mean, barring something else like COVID, where guys get a fifth year to play, no one will ever break that record. Was the score closer than it really was? I thought LSU should have won by at least 12. Oh, the basketball game? Well, look, yes. They were 7:50. I'll do 5 more minutes. I mean, LSU was up, and boy, they with those 2 late turnovers, boy, they sure tried. They sure tried to let Kentucky back in it. But they got the defensive stops they needed. That late flurry at the end with the transition dunks were a lot of fun. Pinson with the, with that dunk was awesome. So, excuse me. Let me look. Okay, so it was, when you look at that sequence there at the end of the game, here it is. So LSU was up LSU was up 61-52, so they were up 9 with 2:36 when Eason made that jumper. And then it was 61-53 when Murray fouled with 1:52 left. Mintz made his free throws. And then, Mintz made his free throws. Pinson turned it over. Mintz made the three-pointer to make it a 3-point game. Then Gaines turned it over, and Mintz made the layup. So now it was a 1-point game. It was 61-60. And then Shibwe, Days turned it over. So Kentucky had the ball, but that's when Pinson got the steal and Eason got the dunk. And then Mwani got the steal on the errant pass, and Pinson got the dunk. So that flurry there late was something. But it didn't have to be that close. It certainly could have been a double-digit win for LSU had they protected the basketball and made free throws. But win is a win is a win is a win is a win, brother. On to the next. Tennessee this weekend. Brandon Brazel with Kelly cleaning house, essentially starting over. Do you think he keeps some traditions like 7 and 18 jerseys? Probably. I mean, if the players want to do that, sure. Merrick Mathern, why didn't Besh play last night? Great question. I don't know. I'm not in Houston, wasn't covering the game. There were some people on Twitter talking about COVID, but if that was the case, then why was he dressed on the sideline? Might have also been a situation where you just didn't have that many receivers out on the field. But I don't know. I'll try to get an answer. I mean, it's not like that's a question that's going away. And I work with his uncle. And Jack is also a Game Coin ambassador, so I could just ask Jack. So we'll get the story. Jerry DeLucky, good morning. Thanks for the last whiskey and wine of this football season. You and Terrio should have a show on Sunday nights after each weekend baseball series. You can call it Sip and Dip. Not bad, Jerry. I do like the name. I don't know if we do it every Sunday, but we can do something. We can do something on maybe big weekends, stuff like that. Father John David Mathern, good morning. So freaking out over the accent and dance talk. Secondly, last night felt like a nice steak meal with only raisin bread pudding offered for dessert. Here's to a new regime, indeed. Raisin bread pudding. Let's see. Gary Petrie, good morning. Chris Keller, group, great to see a companion show for the Natty. We could do that, Chris. We could do a companion show for the Natty. Maybe we'll see. See if we can pull that together for Monday night. Wayne Blanchard, good morning. Great basketball game last night. Deborah Cowart, what's up? Better first-time quarterback performance, Book or Kirkland? I'd probably go Kirkland, but then again, one was college and one was in the NFL. K-State -1 was a steal. Dale Broussard, I got the 10. It was K-State was laying 10 by the time it kicked off. And I had a buddy text me last night. He's like, man, what do you think about this LSU in 10? I was like, I don't care what the number is. I'm not taking LSU in this game. They still played it. Kirk said 1,500 at Bregman's party last night. All right. Merrick Mathern, when does spring football start? Have not announced the dates yet, Merrick. Dawn Williams, good morning. Caleb Bernard, Teresa Michelle, good morning. Sean Comiskey, love Will Wade's comments too. The one about you expect to win anytime. It's good to beat Kentucky. Henry Gordon Bennett, best missed all the practice COVID, so he didn't play. I think we're done, y'all. Thank y'all so much for all right, thank you so much for watching. Just make sure I got it all. Okay, good deal. Please, if you're on, oh man, let's get that number up. 150 watching here on YouTube, only 57 likes. Do me a favor on your way out. Please smash that like button. If you're new, please subscribe to the Matt Scone YouTube channel. Appreciate that greatly. This is where we do, however you listen, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are right now, this is where we do all of our lives. Morning Scone every day, live post-game shows, nightcap with Scone tonight. So tonight, 9 p.m. Central, we're right back here. However you're watching right now, 9 o'clock, we'll be right back here tonight. So be here for that. As always, shout out to Brock, y'all, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. If you need an orthopedist, you need Brock. Remember, they are hiring here in this new year. brortho.com, brortho.com. And of course, Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com. Do business with someone you know, Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com, where we now offer soft wash as well, courtesy of our friends at Bayou State Soft Wash. So give us a call at Hudco Roofing. All right. Keith said, can you explain the basic structure of an NIL deal? Keith, come here for nightcap and ask me that question. We'll do it tonight. All right, I got to go. We'll see y'all. Peace.